Okay, well, after a little bit of a false start here we are ready to get going on our keyword webinar. And my name is Andrew Murray.
And I'm Marie Torres. Hi, everybody. We're going to get started here, just like Andrew said, and we're excited to get this information out to you.
Good. So what we're going to do is let's just jump right into the webinar, because I want to spend a lot of the time on this webinar actually doing live keywords, okay, and just to kind of teach you our little system for how we do that. Okay, so here we go. So what we got here is keyword traffic domination, okay, and the real key for doing this is understanding how to use keywords strategically. Now, that's what a lot of people just don't do. They just kind of like, first of all, they don't understand what keywords they should be going for, and they don't know how to use them strategically.
Right. I was actually going to tell a quick story. We've worked with hundreds, if not thousands, of people over the years, and keywords are really something, like Andrew said, that people really have a hard time grasping. And it's because people just sort of guess at different keywords, sort of ideas that they think would be good, but they don't realize that there's a very specific way of finding these keywords and really seeing what the public is searching for. So we're going to talk about this very quickly, because if you don't get the concept of keywords, you end up spending a lot of wasted time trying to do things, if not just wasted money. So
exactly. So keywords are really the foundation of your traffic, and you want to think of the foundation like the bedrock of your house, the bedrock of your business. I would go so far as to say that a lot of keywords are based just on a lot of businesses rather are built on keywords. If they have you can build a whole business model just on a solid keyword foundation. And a lot of people just don't understand this is the major building block. So if you're trying to do internet marketing and you're trying to learn Twitter and you're trying to do Facebook and you're trying to do like all these different things and you don't understand keywords, if you're trying to blog and you don't understand keywords, you're basically just setting yourself up for
guessing.
For problems.
You're guessing, basically, is what it is. And obviously, guesswork, it has no place here, especially if you are trying to create a viable income on the internet. And actually, keywords are not that difficult once you start to really understand what you need to be looking for in order to find the right keyword for you, your business, and which keywords are profitable.
That's right. So there's basically 4 elements for keywords, and some people use different terminology for them, but basically specificity. Good thing I got that right. Competition, relevancy, and the number of searches. So which one do you want to jump in there first with?
Explain? Sure. Like going right from the very beginning, specificity. I can't even say.
All right.
Specificity. There you go. It really has to do with finding the right keyword. People oftentimes will think, well, if a keyword gets a lot of searches, it's a good keyword. And actually, that's not the case at all. When you're really thinking about keywords, you're really thinking about specifically what somebody would be searching for if they were in that buying process.
Exactly. So basically, yeah, I mean, what that is that, it's being specific. So rather than like, something very ill-defined, like, work at home, something much more specific would be, someone looking for like, let's say like Herbalife scam, right? And you can tell work at home, that doesn't even necessarily mean that, home business. That could mean someone that wants to, be a remote secretary, or, something like that. They would be right at the beginning of their searching process because they're using big, overly broad keywords. Where someone's searching for like, the name of a company scam, like let's say Herbalife scam or something like that, they're much more targeting a specific thing. They're already focused on Herbalife. They're wondering if it's a scam, that kind of thing. So that's an example of specificity. Now, generally what happens is you'll see longer tail keywords that are more specific, okay, than shorter ones. So like home business is kind of broad, whereas best home business, or high income home business, that's much more specific. Okay, so that's specificity. Competition is how many other competing sites there are for that keyword, and that's an element that you need to look at. Okay, it's not that you can't necessarily beat the competition, but you need to be aware of it, because if there's more competition, then what that means is there's more. It's going to be harder for you to optimize for that particular keyword.
I was actually just going to stop you here for a second, because I'm getting a lot of people telling me that there's feedback. So, yeah, are you still hearing feedback? I just typed actually somebody. So are you still getting a lot of feedback? Just let me know if you're still getting some feedback here. Okay, she's saying that they missed the entire beginning. Okay, sounds good. Better? Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, guys. Okay.
Great.
Let me just go back to specific. I can't even say that word. Okay,
Right.
Specificity. Okay, let's just start again, because that's really where Andrew is starting. So he basically said, again, like, you have to be very specific about your keywords. You really want to think about where a person is in the buying process. So for example, if you're looking at keywords like work at home, even though there might be thousands, if not millions of searches for work at home, that's not what you're after, because people who are looking for work at home are just starting in that process. They're at the very beginning. They could be looking for a virtual assistant job. They could be looking for so many different things. Something like Andrew said, Herbalife scam or Herbalife review or something like that is a far more specific keyword that is getting down to where a person needs to be before they make a buying decision. So you want to think of it that way. Competition.
That's right.
Go ahead. You were saying competition.
Yeah, competition, basically, the number of other people competing for that particular phrase. So it may not be worth your time to target something if it's got too much competition, because you're going to be spending your time, your energy, your money trying to optimize for that, and it's just too competitive. Okay, and all these are sliding scales. Okay, this is the important thing to realize about keywords. There's no specific number or good or bad for all these. They're all sliding scales, because keyword is research is an art. Okay, it's not a science. Okay, there's some scientific elements, but it's an art. Now, relevancy. Okay, what relevancy is if the keyword's actually relevant, right? So you could target a keyword and optimize for it, and you won't get any
good search or
conversions
good volume,
for
yeah.
that. So that can happen by accident. There's a keyword that just that one of my sites is ranked for, and it's just not relevant. And I'm not even trying to rank for that term, so it doesn't really matter. But the whole idea with relevancy is what you want to do is you want to, it needs to be relevant to what you're marketing. So for example, if you're optimized for like a keyword like, red, Michael Jordan Nike shoes, right? Or whatever. That is very specific, especially if there's like a model number, but it can be not relevant.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to say, if you're on the phone, we need to actually mute out this call. There are people talking on the phones and people can't actually hear the presentation. So give me a minute here. Feedback again. Okay, somebody needs to
What do you want me to do?
We actually need to mute the phone lines here.
Okay. I don't even know how to mute the phone lines. All right. So hopefully that will do things. And let's get back in here. So relevancy, and then the number of searches and the traffic volume. What number of searches is and traffic volume is basically, if there's enough traffic. Because if you optimize and you're ranking number 1 and there's like 3 searches a month, that's not going to give you a lot of traffic. Okay, so it may be specific, it may be relevant, and you're there and that's all good and you're ranked number 1. But if nobody's searching for that keyword, then it's not going to do you any good. So traffic volume, you want to have as high a traffic volume as possible. Okay, so there's 4 keyword tools that we're going to be talking about in this webinar. Okay, we're going to be talking about the Google Keyword Tool. We're going to be using, and we're actually going to use these tools. Okay, the YouTube Keyword Tool, the Market Samurai Keyword Tool, and SE Cockpit. Okay, which is probably the most advanced keyword tool of the four that we're talking about. But the good thing is, 3 of these you can start using for free. So that's good. And we'll get to those in just a second. Now, basically, for our type of market, there's different types of keywords that you can really start from. Yeah, you can really start from. And I look at keywords. Initially, I'll think of what's the root keyword that I'm going to go after, and then I'll get more specific. After I do that. So some good starting points are like the names of MLM companies, people searching those out. MLM terms, which would be things like people searching like how to generate leads or MLM success or MLM book or that kind of thing.
Different titles of books even. I was just going to say like Napoleon's Think and Grow Rich, for example, is a huge book in the MLM industry. I think everybody's read it or they're told to read it. And so you really want to think of where your target prospect will be. And that's why Andrew talks about MLM companies. MLM companies, they're in their own MLMs, but they're looking at different companies. And so you just want to be in front of them. Product-based solutions, for example, I mean like things like, AWeber, for example, you could be there. People can see,
yeah. So the other thing about products is really, what kind of products that you sell, right? If you're in a network marketing company that sells weight loss products, then that opens up all these different keywords. If your MLM company solves inflammation, that opens up all these different keywords. So that's an important thing too, because you want to think about the different products that you can get into, because you want to be able to expand beyond just MLM network marketing type of keywords, and you want to really think of solutions, right? So if your product does something, and if you're not with a product that is effective, then why are you doing that? But if you have a good product, what does your product solve? So here's the overall strategy, okay? And this is very, very easy to do. You just create content on the right keywords, okay? It sounds kind of simple, but that's probably our favorite traffic strategy. You just create content on the right keywords.
Right.
It sounds simple, right?
Yeah, content like content like video, articles, press releases, anything, blog posts. It's just about the right keywords. So,
and if you do that consistently, then you're going to get a lot of traffic. All right. So the first way that you can create traffic is, and we're just going to go over these 2 ways, or these kind of 3 ways of really getting traffic, and then we're going to get into some specifics on the keyword research. So the first way
is a blog post. So if you don't have a blog, you definitely want to have one, because blogging is a great way to be able to capture a lot of that traffic off these keywords that you're going to be able to choose. A post doesn't have to be long. It can be a short post, but you definitely want to be creating blog posts on a consistent basis around these highly trafficked keywords. So again, like if you're not doing that, definitely you want to start. It's one of the best ways to get traffic. It's one of the things that Andrew and I do all the time. And so it accounts for a lot of the traffic that we bring into our business, and that actually leads into sales.
Right. And we have like tens of thousands of visitors that come through our blogs like every month. But it's just because we started creating content. So you need to create content, on these keywords. You need to do something with them, and either create a blog post, or you're going to create a YouTube video, okay? Because YouTube gets a ton of traffic as well, right? So you can leverage off that search engine, and when you optimize for YouTube, you often end up showing up in the Google results as well, because they have this universal search and the little thumbnail of the videos, And I'm sure everyone's seen that in the search results.
Exactly. And I was just going to say quickly, sometimes people will say that they don't want to create video. Well, you need to understand that video is probably one of the fastest ways to create content. And it's also one of the most effective ways to make a connection. So you definitely want to get on the YouTube thing on the video. And people use YouTube as a search engine now. I mean, a lot of people go there to find solutions for their problems. So you really want to be there and taking advantage of that traffic. And so we're going to show you how to do this one as well.
And then the final step in the entire process is really just getting backlinks. So it's very simple. You just create content based around these keywords and you get backlinks into those content.
Right. I was actually going to say, maybe Andrew, you could explain, like, some people may not actually know what a backlink is. So yeah, so if you don't know what a backlink is, we'll just go ahead and just give you a brief explanation.
Well, basically a backlink, and we're going to be doing, another webinar in the future that really talks about backlinks, because I really just want to keep things really simple. But basically a backlink is when there's another website or another place on the internet that's linking to your content, right? So you want to link to your blog post, or you want to link to your YouTube video directly, right?
Right. And basically, I mean, just to keep it simple, what it really means is just that the search engines just seem to think that if you have people or backlinks pointing to your site or to your blog post or to your video, you must be relevant. So it thinks of it as more important, and then it rises in the search engines.
That's right. All right. So, so let's get into some live keyword action right here. And you should be able to see our screen. And what we're going to go to is we're going to go and search for the Google keyword tool. Okay.
I was just going to say, I'm just trying to look here to see. Some people say we're still cutting in and out, but just try to fix that over here. Go ahead, enter.
So anyhow, here's the keyword tool. And basically what you're going to do is, you just type a keyword in here, right? So why doesn't someone chat and give me a keyword idea? What's a good root keyword that you want me to start with? Because I want you to make sure that everyone knows that I'm not just planning this beforehand.
Weight loss, MLM training and weight loss, somebody said. So those are two different things. But all
right. So we'll start with MLM training, okay? And then you just go down here, you type your word or phrase, and then I always have trouble reading what these say. It's like so difficult. I get them wrong sometimes.
Good. Yeah, I get them wrong all the time too.
All right. And basically this kind of oversimplifies things. So it just kind of gives a low, but you'll see that about 10,000 people search this a month, and about a little over 5,000 search this locally. Okay, and that would be locally in terms of where are we here? United States. Okay. So you'll see that when you do that, it gives you all these other ideas, all these other options. Now, some of them actually have MLM training in them, and you'll see that with the bold keywords. Some of them don't. MLM leads, yes, that's related, but it doesn't actually have MLM training in it. Same with this, MLM marketing. And you look at that number of searches, and that's a bunch. Okay. Magnetic sponsoring, that's the name of a product. It doesn't even have MLM or training in it, but because Google knows that it's kind of about MLM training. Yeah,
it's relevant.
So it's relevant. So you have all these different keywords here, and all these you can dig deeper into. Okay, all these ones. So let's just take. So you have all these different keywords and what you can do, like MLM forums, online MLM. And what I normally do is I usually set it to go to 100, so you have the maximum number of results, and then you can download them. Okay, and you just click the button here to select all of them, and then you download them right here. Okay, or you can view it as a text, and then it puts them all here, so you can copy and paste them. All right. So those are some good ideas, and let's actually copy those and put them into Market Samurai. Okay, so I'm going to close that project, and I'm going to have a new project in Market Samurai here. All right, so this one's called MLM Training, and I'm going to create that project. Okay, now what you can do with this is you can, and this does a whole bunch of things. It does, you know, trash your rank, you know, it can tell you the competition and all that good stuff. But what you can do is just type in your keywords here, and then click Add Keywords. Okay, and it will just put them all in this list, all those 100 keywords that we selected. And if there's ones that you don't want, like let's say you don't think travel MLM is relevant, you can just take it out and put delete it. Then you click over here to keyword analysis, and you can choose all these different topics. And the important thing to realize is that Google kind of has these different types of keywords. Okay, broad, phrase, and exact.
Mm-hmm.
So
you want to explain?
Yeah. You want to explain?
Yeah, sure.
Kind of what that is?
Yeah, broad just basically means it's your keyword. So if it was MLM training, for example, we're using MLM training as the keyword. It just means that it could be anything. Those words don't even necessarily have to be together. It could be MLM best training, for example, not just MLM
for example,
training.
in broad match, all those kind of keywords that came up, like magnetic sponsoring, which didn't have either one, that
Could
would
be there.
that could be a broad match of that.
Phrase match is where you have MLM training. So those two words together, but there can be anything on either side of it. So like best MLM training, you know, leads MLM training, or MLM training leads, MLM training system, exactly right here. So those would be an example of phrase match. And then exact match is MLM training, just MLM training.
Yeah.
So
and it wouldn't show
anything else. It wouldn't show,
for
example, like MLM training secrets. It's just the actual keyword that is being put in. So those are the three categories that they have for keywords that you're looking for, and you decide.
All right. So what I do is I normally just check all this because I like to get, you know, as much data as I can. Actually, for the sake of time, let's just take that down a little bit. And I usually run it under phrase, and then I like looking at the keywords monthly, you know, to see how much traffic that it would get a month. And then you click Analyze Keywords, and it's going to go and, you know, pull all this data for you, and we can come back and look at that. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to go back here, and we're going to just look at something, you know, totally different. Okay, what was it? Weight loss?
Weight loss. All one. Well, weight loss. I should put it all in one word, but we'll do.
Okay, we'll just do it exactly. So here we go, and you see weight loss, and you see there's like a huge number of searches, right? So this is in a totally different league than, you know, MLM training. And you'll see that, you know, a lot of these have very high, you know, search results. So with a niche like weight loss, it's actually very profitable. Okay, but you need to be going a little bit more long tail, right? You can't just go for weight loss, you know, or help me lose weight, which has like 11 million searches. Okay, that's going to be, you know, far too competitive. But what you can do is you can drill down on some of these other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah. So, well, I mean, I was trying to tell you before. Okay. So, what you can do is you need to find something that's a little bit less competitive, and then drill down onto that. So, like, let's say like losing weight quickly. Okay. What you can do is you can click on that, actually it will just kind of open up what the search results are. And what I like about this instantly, okay, is you can tell that if a lot of these results in the search engine don't have the actual exact phrase in the title, like this is lose weight fast, okay, it's not losing weight quickly. That actually signals that it's a keyword that you're going to be able to that's probably going to have less competition in this area. And one of the reasons is losing weight quickly is kind of hard to say in a sentence. Most people would say like how to lose weight quickly, but yeah, it would be hard to kind of write that as an exact phrase. Now, you see right here, it's 15 million. Sorry.
11,500,000 right. Is the number.
11 million. Okay. So 11 million, right? And this is how you tell the real competition. You'll just put quotes around it, okay? And then click search, all right? And so that's probably more like the real competition, 1.3 million. And with this is great because you don't see any losing weight quickly, which is pretty awesome. Now, the other thing that I want to tell you about, actually, let me just show you something. Okay, here. All right. So search is changing. There's a couple things that are changing about it. One, Google Plus allows some people to have this, but you need to have your own blog if you want to show up here in the search engines. The other thing is about universal search is you'll see these videos. Okay. Now these videos show up as thumbnails and they jump out. If I'm to scroll up and down here, which ones jump out the fastest? The videos and this little picture. So that's one of the benefits of doing videos. Now the other thing that I want to point out is you see where my cursor is? It says losing weight quickly, and then it's giving this Google suggest. Okay. That's my favorite way for digging deep, in a keyword, right? So it will give some common suggestions that people search for. That's gold. That's a gold tip. You guys owe me a gold coin. All right.
I'm wondering if you turn that on just quickly. Somebody's saying that they can't hear it, but
okay. Probably just going to do the echo.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
all right.
All right, so what we're going to do then is we're going to go into some different keywords here, and okay, so we did weight loss and we picked some good ones. But let's flip back over here into Market Samurai. So you can see that we've got all this data that's been pulled, and you can order from sort it by all these different columns and all this good stuff, and tells you how much the keyword's worth, and that just helps you decide if it's a niche that you want to target, how much people are paying on AdWords for it, which is an indication of how valuable that keyword is. But one of the cool things with this is you can dig deep into the competition. So let's choose a keyword that looks pretty good. Let's go for best MLM. Okay, we'll click on that. It's got about 1,200 searches a month. Okay,
12,000.
12,000. Numbers aren't my strong suit, but it's keywords. But anyhow, you click on this, and then what it does, and I know I'm blazing through this pretty quick, but I really just want to show you a little bit of what this tool can do. We have a different training that goes more in depth into it. But that being said, it will basically pull what are the top ranking sites, how many backlinks do they have to the page, And it's a level of how competitive that it will be to score
for it.
For that term. So it does all these cool stuff like that, and finding content and all that good stuff. But Market Samurai really is the number one tool that internet marketers use. Okay. What I also want to do is show you quickly the YouTube keyword tool. Okay. And I'll just click over here. All right. And that's at ads.youtube.com/keyword tool. But I'm sure you could find it with a search. Now this is pretty interesting because it allows you to generate keywords from your words or from a YouTube video that you like. So let's go to YouTube and type in weight loss. All right, and we'll just take one of these ones right here.
Show up, yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to take this video, take that link, and I'll pause this before it starts playing, and I'm going to use that as my instead of a keyword, right? And I'll just start getting keyword ideas with this, and this should really, take that pressure off you trying to find even a root keyword to start with, because you can just find a video and say, okay, I'm going to see what this one's about, okay? And so you can see that it will give you ideas. Okay, weight loss, no surprises there, but it will give you all kinds of different ideas. All right, and you can do the same thing for like let's say MLM training, right? So you could just start your whole keyword research just with these two keywords that we started with. All right, and I'll just pick this one here. I will pause that and copy and paste that over to here and click Get Keyword Ideas. All right, so there we go. So even if you can't think of anything, like you can't think of keywords, now you really have no excuse, because you just find a video that's related to your niche or whatever, related to your product, and then go search. So the other thing is with the YouTube keyword tool, it's a little bit wonky. I guess that's what I would say. You'll find a lot of stuff that has not enough data, and I guarantee you that people are searching on YouTube for MLM training. So when it says not enough data,
you don't really need to pay attention.
Yeah, just kind of take it with a grain of salt. Now, I think that the ones with numbers are probably higher, but anything that shows up here is a search. So even this one, MLM Maketing, where someone misspelled it, people search for that on YouTube. Okay, there's a lot of different searches. So let's just go back here and we'll type in MLM training. Get keyword ideas, and there we go. So we see a whole bunch of things, Zango training, MLM training portal. These are all different keywords that you can get. Now, I will say this also about the YouTube keyword tool is it tends to give you things that are just totally unrelated. So, for example, Charlie Sheen and probably Beta Zeta Noopies are probably not related. Okay, this one actually doesn't have that many unrelated ones, but there certainly are some. If you would type in more specific keywords, you definitely find some unrelated keywords. Now you can type in multiple keywords here as well. So weight loss, lose weight quickly, losing weight quickly, and you could click get keyword ideas from those. Okay. And this will show you things like, I mean, obviously yoga is probably not really relevant to lose weight, and it's very broad, right? Whereas other things like, HCG weight loss, PX90, P90X is a
big thing.
Yeah, is a very popular weight loss DVD program. Photoshop weight loss, probably not all that relevant, right? So just so you know that, and there you go, Snooki. People want to know how Snooki is losing weight. I think she's like a reality star or something.
So. Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing is, if you just want to focus on specific keywords and you've got your things, let's say you decide, okay, I'm just going for these ones, losing weight quickly. You can just put your little checkbox there and get your keyword ideas, and it will just show those ones. All right, so Market Samurai, really, I mean, we can make another project in this, and I could certainly show you how to do that. But the key is, I just want you to know that doing keyword research is not difficult.
I think people are scared about it because they really don't understand. I guess like what they should be looking for, where they need to be starting. But I mean, we've just shown you here. You can just start with a root keyword and then start to really see like how many people are searching for it. And then based on the information that you're getting, you can actually come up with a very good picture of whether or not that keyword will be profitable for you.
And, just to, show you something else here. Where are we here? This is basically a tool that I use that just keeps track of some of my search results. So if we take a look here, and these are some of the keywords that I'm tracking, and you'll see something like, let's see, are we on the month? Okay, so we'll filter by the month, and you can see that let's say a keyword like this. You can see that I've gone just in the month from 30 to into the top 10, and that's a keyword that I've been getting some links into. Or this one here has gone from like 200, and it's just going up rapidly. So I'm just showing you that, and you can see this one's gone up as well. So we have a lot of keywords that have gone up. But what I really want to know, what I just show you, is that once you start creating content, back to the presentation, backlinks. I mean, we can show you how to get keywords. Okay, we can show you how to get that content ranked. Right. So you just pick the keyword, and you obviously in the beginning you want to pick something with a low amount of competition. Okay, so let's do, we could do one for weight loss. And basically with this keyword, this is cloud-based, so it's very, very quick. And it will just start pulling in, some of the different keywords that are related to weight loss, okay? And I guess our goal, if you want to just talk about a little bit about just getting into action and doing this consistently. I mean,
yeah, I mean, the whole point here is we're trying to show you how to do things, but I mean, you just have to go out and start doing it. Like it can be a little bit overwhelming, and that's fine because it's something that you're starting. That's just a normal part of the process, but you really need to start getting into it in order to start really understanding it. I mean, it's great that Andrew and I are showing this to you because it does give you an idea sort of what the overall plan is. but you're never going to really start to get good at it unless you start to play around with it. So you want to be doing this as quickly as possible, because there are so many different opportunities out there right now to rank for different keywords. It's just you have to start going ahead and doing it on a consistent basis. So again, it starts with the keywords, finding the right keywords, and then starting to create different types of content. So whether it be a blog post or a video or a press release or anything, it's just about starting, getting that keyword and going out there and doing it. And sometimes, I mean, Andrew said it at the beginning of the webinar, sometimes you'll work with a keyword and it doesn't really work itself out. You find that sometimes it doesn't have good traffic or relevancy, and that's fine. You just keep on going. But it is very, very important that
that's how you learn.
Exactly. And after this webinar, that you go around and play around with some of these things so that you don't forget and you start to assimilate, and it becomes a part of, your systems for creating online income.
Okay. Now this SE Cockpit doesn't just use Google, okay, and that's why it tends to get a lot better results. And it shows you how competitive the niche is. I mean, I typed probably one of the biggest things in weight loss, and it's already pulling in stuff that really, I mean, you could get ranked.
I was just going to say something just for some people who are wondering. I mean, they may be wondering why we use like all of these different tools, or why SE Cockpit versus so why don't you tell them why you use this, versus
because it makes you money. When you really start understanding if this is going to be your main method of marketing, and it might not be, but if you decide you're going to be getting traffic from the search engines, then you need to invest in the tools, because you can't just rely on the Google keyword tool, right? So Market Samurai is great. You can actually try it out for free. I'm going to get to that in a little bit, but this is actually my preferred tool of choice, because it just does more. And I'm going to show you just a couple of things here. Here's an interesting keyword. Colon cleansers to lose weight, right? So you can tell that someone is looking for something very specific when they do that. Yogurt diet for weight loss, same thing. Now this one actually has, I have it set up so it's showing the monthly searches, but you can see the daily visitors versus the competition, okay? And what this basically means is that if you're in rank 4 to 7, you're going to get about 1 visitor a day for these keywords. And you can set this higher, just depending on how high that you want to make it. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of really good keywords that you can find in here, and I'm just going to show you how to expand a keyword, because this is really good. Now, I'll normally expand from a keyword rather than a keyword list, because I like using the Google Suggest. You'll see that we talked about this a little bit earlier, but it pops up with all these losing weight quickly things. And then what I'll do is I'll just select Google Suggest synonyms, and this will pull all those synonyms and more. It'll basically type losing weight quickly space and 0 to 9 and A to Z. It will kind of type that all in. So like, for example, A, and then it'll pull all those ones, and then B, and then C, and pull all those ones, and then D, all the way through. So that would take you forever to do yourself. So you just click Google Suggest, and you click Save and Close, and then in 30 or 40 seconds it will be done. So that's how I really dominate in the keywords, how Marie and I do it, because we get like a big list, and then we can find the ones that no one else is optimizing for that still have a decent amount of traffic, and it's really easy. You could probably even rank just with a blog without any backlinking for a lot of those keywords. And trust me, I mean, this stuff is profitable.
Right, and it's about just having different entry points online. right? You really want to think of it that way, because the more blog posts, the more content that you have out there, the easier it is for people to find you. I mean, obviously you have to have, like Andrew was saying, you have to do the initial research because you want to be working with keywords that are actually profitable, that people are actually looking for. But you definitely want to do this if this is going to be one of your, I mean, it is a main a way to get traffic online. And so you really want to get well versed in it. And just, again, create as many entry points as possible, as many places where people can find you.
Yeah, exactly. So this we can search, and you can, you know, see what the most monthly searches is versus the competition, right? And so this one is, you know, are more competitive. This one right here, Snooki weight loss. You know, people want to know what. Here's Snooki again. I don't know what's up with the Snooki, but you know, that's it basically tells you that's an easy niche to go after, and it's really profitable. I mean, people are paying like on average $12 a click for this, and you could get that traffic. You know, people looking to lose weight, and then you just bring them around to your product, and you know, show how that how that can help, how that makes sense for them. So yeah, so that's pretty much the main part that I wanted to cover. There's a whole bunch, you know, more that you can do with keywords, but I really want to keep it, you know, in the level so you can just keep it actionable, okay? Because that's the most important thing. You have to put this into action. You know, it's no surprise that the last word on this slide is action, okay? And that's the way you learn keywords. You go out and you go to the Google keyword tool or the YouTube keyword tool right now after this webinar and do some research and pull some keywords. And then you have to commit to creating content. Now remember I said, you know, there's two kinds of content. You can create a blog post or you can create a YouTube video. So you can create a blog post or you can create a YouTube video. Okay, now a YouTube video doesn't even have to be you on camera. That's the ideal thing, but it could be a PowerPoint slide that you you know, record with Jing or something like that. So for your next steps, I have some resources listed here, okay, on the screen, and you're going to want to write these down. Okay, so I'm going to leave this on the screen for a while as we talk about it and wrap up. So the first link, that's to Market Samurai, and you actually get a free. I'll just show you what you can get here. You can get a free trial of Market Samurai, and they're also going to give you, you know, videos that really talk about, you know, how to use this tool. You know, 4 how-to videos that basically say how to use Market Samurai to find relevant keywords for your niche. So I think everyone on the call should go forth and do that, because you know it's important to kind of hear things from different people and you know, again, repetition, right? If you go and you start watching these videos, you know, later today or tomorrow, that's going to really help you solidify what you learned on this webinar, right? Now the other thing is, yeah, so andrewmurrayhq.com/ms. The other tool is SE Cockpit. Okay, so the same extension, and then you put SE Cockpit on the end, and you know, if you want to use that tool. Now we also mentioned video marketing, YouTube, and although I didn't really, you know, have the time to really go into, you know, all the details of YouTube and how to upload your video and optimize your video and all that good stuff, we actually have you covered. We have a free 2-hour webinar that I did right here on /video webinar. And so you just watch part 1, and then to get part 2, you just click on this button, the Facebook share, and then you'll get access to part 2. So that's free, and you know, 2 hours, and we basically just, you know, tell you exactly how to get your videos ranked on YouTube. Because remember, there's two ways that you can create content. You can create a blog post or you can create a video, right? So we have the video webinar, and then the last link here is get your free blog, okay? And that's where we actually build. Marie and I have a team that builds blogs for network marketers, okay? And so they're really set up, to help do the three main things that you need a blog to do as a network marketer, which is one, brand yourself, make you look like $1,000,000. Two, get free traffic. And we also have some free training inside our membership area that shows you, in detail how you want to set up your post, how to make sure that your post is going to be optimized on the search engines. And then number three, generating leads. How to use your blog so it becomes, a lead generating machine. I mean, Marie and I would generate like tons of leads. I mean, even if we don't have paid marketing going, it's like,
we spend a lot of time doing exactly a lot of this content, working with this, and then driving, and all of these things that we're talking about, like with the keyword, creating content, the videos. I mean, they all drive back to our blog. And so basically what happens there is, yes, like we've branded ourselves as a leader there. And so we generate a lot of leads off of our blog. We create value. And I mean, that goes back to if you are going to be internet marketing, or your network marketing for that matter, you really need a blog so that people can actually make a connection with you. Because remember, people always buy you first. No matter what company you're in, they really want to make a connection because it's who they're going to be working with. So you want to have that online presence already so that you can start the connection process even without you being there. I mean, it's just very, very, very powerful. So getyourfreeblog.com.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully you've had a chance to write this down. Once again, Magnetic sponsoring SE Cockpit.
No, that's Market Samurai.
Yeah, MS. Okay. Woo. Anyhow, so maybe I'm not as good with words as I thought. So yeah, Andrew Murray HQ, and then video webinar, and this is really important, I think, for people to go through. But get your free blog. Guys, I mean, honestly, if you don't have your blog, you're really going to have some problems, because you need to have your blog. That's absolutely essential. Now we actually have a service where we create blogs, and we have a special this weekend only. Okay, we basically, what we do on this blog is we create a blog for you. You just get your hosting, you get your domain name, you pay for those, and we build a blog for free. And
so basically what that does is it gets rid of all the technicalities of it. Like, I talk to a lot of people anyways who just have no idea how to build out a blog, how to set that all up. So we just take out all the hassle for that. And then, yes, we have that training that we talked about that'll help you just take your business to the next level. It's absolutely essential that you start building your online platform. So
exactly. So we have that, and then the other thing that I wanted to say just briefly about Get Your Free Blog, we have a lot of clients that come in and have blogs as well, and it just doesn't look right. So we can certainly help you with that. So here is the site, getyourfreeblog.com, and what you're going to do is just scroll down and click the order now to get started. And basically, what you want to do is with this site, you want to get yourself a blog. Okay, we have a special this weekend only. Okay, we're going to do some special SEO tweaks with plugins that we don't normally do. Okay, but because you're on one of my insider team lists, someone that's bought a product from me before, that kind of thing, I'm going to be throwing in that special SEO tweak if you order between now and Sunday at midnight Pacific time. So getyourfreeblog.com, absolutely go there and get your blog, because that's my number one content source. I mean, it's so easy, guys. If you just do it and you just do it consistently, we're going to make you a blog that looks awesome. like
Or you
Marie's new
yeah.
blog.
If you haven't seen that,
Yeah, if you haven't seen that, I'll just go to it. But yeah, I mean, get your free blog, you know, and it's gonna really help you, you know, stand out from the crowd, you know, generate leads, all that thing. Here's Marie's new blog that was just designed, you know, by our company, and yeah, I mean, it just looks really nice, you know, just clean, and yeah, you need a blog. Everyone on this call needs a blog. So we have that extra special. We're gonna do some SEO, some special SEO tweaks and some plugins that we don't normally put on for people who just come in and get a free blog. So make sure to do that before Sunday at midnight. And I appreciate everyone that's been on this webinar. I know we had a couple technical difficulties in the beginning, but I really appreciate that. And I look forward to helping you real soon. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.